Hey guys, in this video we will be going to take a look how we can renew the period certs. So whenever certificates are issued from the Fabric CA server, they have some associated expiration time with them. So in this video we will be going to learn how we can renew those expired certificates using the Fabric CA server. So let's head back to a terminal, and right now I'm in my terminal and I have already cloned the Fabric samples repository. So here is my Fabric samples repository, and let me open this in my VS Code as well. So the repository is kind of open on the VS Code as well. And now, so for the demonstration of the expired certificate, like how we can renew them, I'm going to make a small modification to the test network example. And here, if we go to this folder, which is organization, and here we have this Fabric CA folder. And inside this, if we go to the org one, here we have the Fabric CA server config file. And if we scroll down, here, so in this section, we can find the signing section, and here for this demonstration part, like to make the certificate expire immediately, like within the duration of 5 minutes, I'm going to update this field from 8760 hours, which is equivalent to a year. I'm going to update this to 5 minutes so that my certificates are expired immediately, and then we can renew them as well. So similarly, I'm going to make the modification in the org2 as well, like the CA server for the org2 configuration. This is that file, and here let's update the same value. Like I have to update this number to 5 minutes. So now, whenever the Fabric CA server is going to issue certificates, they are going to have expiry date of 5 minutes, and after that, peers will not able to function properly, and they will throw error like the peer certificate has been expired. So now let's start the Fabric samples example, and then we will be also going to view the certificates like their expiration date before renewal and as well as after renewal. So so let me head back to my terminal here, and let me move to the test network example, test network folder, and here let's run that script, which is network hub, and then create channel. So I'm going to create the channel as well. Let's hit enter. So it may take a couple of minutes to spin up the network. Okay, so the channel has been created and as well as joined by the remaining peers as well. So now let's deploy the chain code as well. Network deploy CC, and then we have to pass the chain code name and then the path where our chain code is, and then we have also have to specify the language as well. So let's hit enter. So meanwhile this process is going on, let's go to the VS Code and inspect the content of those certificate. So here I am in my VS Code, and let me just make the size a bit bigger. Yeah, let me close these as well. And if we go to this folder, which is org1, inside the Fabric CA folder, we have this CA certificate, which is ca-cert.pem. And if we try to see the expiry date of the certificate using the OpenSSL, let's do that. Let me clear this, and let's do OpenSSL X509, and then we have to give the certificate path. So it is casert.pem, and here we can see that this certificate is the CS certificate and it has expiration time of 5 years. So how this 5 years of expiration time was set up? So if we go to the Fabric CS server config file here, and if we scroll up here, we can see that this has the expiry of 43800 hours, which is equivalent to 5 years. So that's why we got the expiration time for this certificate as 5 years. And now let me just clear up this, and now let's check the expiration time of the peer certificates, because peer certificates are going to have the expiration time of 5 minutes. Let's go and check them. So those certificates are present inside this directory, which is this one. Inside the peer we have the org one, and inside this, if we go to the peer peer0.org1.example.com, inside this MSP, and if we go to the sign cert folder, and let's see the expiry date of this folder, like this certificate, and let me just zoom out and let's clear this, and let's run the same command OpenSSL, and let's give the path as cert.pem. Let's hit enter. So here we can see that this certificate was issued by this entity, which is ca.org1.example.com, and this was issued to peer 0. And if we take a look at this section, which is the expiry date, so we can see that this certificate is going to be expired right now within the duration of 5 minutes. And if we go to the TLS certs as well, let's go to the TLS certs, and let's check the expiry date of TLS certs as well. So that is present in the side cert. So here, this is the TLS cert, and let's check the expiry date of this certificate as well. So again, we have to run the same command, and if we see the expiry date of this certificate, so this was issued to by this entity, and this was issued to this peer 0. And if we scroll down, here we can see that this is a TLS cert. This is used for TLS web authentication as well as TLS server authentication. And if we take a look on the expiry date, so here we can see that this certificate is also like going to expire within next 5 minutes. So let's go and see the terminal, like what is going on the terminal. So here we can see that the chain code has been installed, and now let me just clear up and let's just split this so that we can see the logs as well. And here let me just run the log for the peer 0 of org1. So let's run the log for peer 0, and here you can see that it is getting some error that the peer identity has been expired. Let me do similarly logs for this as well, for the other peer 0 of org2, and here we can see that we are getting some errors here that the peer identity has been expired and it is not able to authenticate. On both the peers we are getting this error. So now let's try to renew the certificate, and let's see after the renewal if we are able to access the blockchain network or not. So for this I have written some commands. Let me show you those commands as well. So here I have written some commands to renew the certificate for the peer 0 of org1 and as well as peer 0 of org2. So these are the command for the org2 and these are the command for org1. So let's run these commands as well. Let me just export the Fabric CS client home. And after that, we are going to re-enroll the TLS cert. Okay, it is saying that Fabric C client is not found. Let's just export the path variable for this binary. Export path. Yeah, so we have exported the binaries path, and now if I try to run the same command, so our TLS certificates are re-enrolled successfully, and now let's now we can copy the certificates to the required directories as well. So let me just run this. And now we can just enroll the MSP certs as well for the peer. So if we run this command here, so for this peer 0 of org1, the certificates are new certificate are issued. So let's try to restart the container first. Peer 0 of org1, let's restart the container. And now let's try to check the logs, docker logs. So here we can see that the container has been started successfully, but it is failing to connect to the peer 0 of org2. So let's renew the certificate for the org2 as well. So let me just quickly run all these commands in a one go. So the certificate are issued, and now we can just restart this peer as well. So docker restart peer 0 of org2. And now let's check the logs as well. Okay, so these are the logs for org1, peer 0 of org1. Let's run the logs for peer 0 of 2. So there we can see that this time the peer is running successfully. They are running as per the expectation. And now let's quickly try to make some transaction as well to this running network. So here, let me go to the VS Code, and let me open this example, which is this asset transfer base example. And inside this we have this application JavaScript. So let me open this example, and let's quickly try to run this example. So let me remove the wallet folder from here, and now let's do an node app.js. So here we can see that we are able to make the transactions. And if we go to the logs here, if let me just make this a bigger. So here we can see that the block 9 was committed with one transaction, and this was the commit hash. We can see that this is the commit hash, and as well as we can see the transaction ID here as well, and the channel on which this transaction was committed. So let's do one more thing. Let's wait for a few minutes, and once these certificates are again expired, because these certificates are also going to have a expiry time of 5 minutes. So after this they will be again going to expire. So after that, like once these certificate expired, we will be again going to invoke the chain code and see if we are able to invoke the chain code or not. And also, if you wish to see the content of these certificate, these newly generated certificate, we can also do that. So if I go to VS Code here, so if we try to see the new certificate, these are inside present in the same directory, peer0 of org1.example.com, and inside MSP we have this cert .pem. So let me just see the content. Like, let's decode this certificate using OpenSSL. Let's clear this, and let's do OpenSSL x509 cert.pem, and here we can see that this certificate, that previously the certificate time was somewhere around 33 or somewhere 1733, but this time it got increased by 5 minutes. And similarly for I mean, you can verify this for the TLS certs as well as for the org2 of peer 0. You can verify those certificates as well. But let's try to see if these certificates are expired or not. So they are not expired yet. We can verify them by again making the transactions. So here let's make some transactions. So using the same Node.js script, node app.js, and here we are still able to make the transactions. We can see that we got the committed response, and as well as we are able to query the chain code as well. So let's wait for a moment, and let's check when these certificates are expired or not. Okay, so we can see we have some problem on peer 0 of org2. And similarly, peer 0 of org1 has also started giving problems, and we can see that this is giving us the same error like the peer identity expired. And now this time let's try to invoke the chain code and see what happens. So let me go to the VS Code, let me clear up this, and let's run again this app.js script. So here we can see that we got some error, that the discovery channel discovery failure, because the certificate are expired now. And if we go to the terminal as well, we can see same logs here as well, that the identity has been expired. So peers are like not able to communicate with each other due to the this identity expiration issue. So now uh, let's uh, uh, let's try to issue the certificate again. So let me just quickly grab this command. Here, let's clear up this. Let's run this again. And for peer 0 of org2, let's run this again. Here, so new certificate are issued. And now let's restart the containers as well. Here, and let's restart this container as well. Peer 0 of org2. So let's check the logs here as well. Let's run this command docker logs, and here as well let's run the command docker logs peer 0 of 2, and we can see that this time they are working as per the expectations, like they are not showing any error. They are able to communicate with each other, and we can invoke the transaction as well. So let's invoke the transaction one more time. So here we were getting this error. Let me clear up this, and let's remove the certificate as well, because those are having older certificates with the expiration time of 5 minutes. So let me remove them, and let's run this script again. Okay, so we got an error, and we got the error that the app user client had entity has been already registered. So since this identity is already registered, we have to use some new identity. So let me change the user as of now. Let me open this file. Okay, let me open the file here only. This is that file, and if we see here, this is currently the user is app user. Let me make some different user, and now let's run this command node app.js. So here we should be able to see uh, that the transaction has been committed, and we can also see that the query part is also working. Let's verify the logs as well. Here we can see that logs are working perfectly, like there is no any warning on error. And here also we can see that it committed the block 11 with one transaction, and we got the commit hash as well, and the transaction ID as well. So this was pretty much it for this video. So if you enjoyed this video, then please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.